Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hello, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, I'm going to be doing a hypnosis session, which is a bit of a hybrid of the random hypnosis sessions that I do, but equally an intuitive thought that I had based on a song that I heard and some requests that I've had. So over the last few months, I've requested that if people have topics or themes they want me to do a hypnosis session on, send them my way. And one of the requests has actually been hypnosis to get over a breakup or deal with the aftermath of a breakup in a relationship. And I'll be honest, I was reluctant to do a hypnosis session based on that, purely because in my own life, I ended a relationship about 9 months ago. And because of that, it was a bit too close to home, in all honesty. But I think now enough time has passed for me to revisit that topic, but in a particular way where I'm going to infuse a couple of different things. And the song that I heard was an acoustic version of a song called Everlong by the Foo Fighters. And when I heard that song, it did, and particularly his explanation that he wrote the song while dealing with a breakup, made me think, actually, there is something lyrically in there that I can kind of infuse into a hypnosis session. So the topic is breakups. The song that I'm going to fuse into the hypnosis session is Everlong by the Foo Fighters. And then I'm going to randomly take a hypnosis language card from the Mike Mandel set and introduce that into the session as well. And this is the Ace of Hearts, Can You Feel? So I'm going to quickly give a summary here of what it says on the card. Hypnosis is largely a kinesthetic or feeling state. The simple question shifts the subject's attention to their physical body and their emotions. It's a powerful way to get them out of their head and into a deep trance. Can you feel your shoe? This is the example, by the way. Can you feel your shoes wrapped around your feet and the sense of your tongue inside of your mouth? And can you feel a sense of profound relaxation? So the hypnotic language phrase is can you feel? The topic is breakups. And the hypnosis session is designed to help people facilitate the transition from the aftermath of a breakup into that kind of place where you're in a good place and you can kind of move on with your life. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, get a sense that you're breathing in a feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, I want you to get a sense that stress or tension, perhaps even sadness, is leaving your body in your outward breath. Breathe in again that resourceful feeling of relaxation, and if it's safe to do so, on your outward breath, just allow your eyelids to close, and in doing so, notice that you go deeper and deeper, relaxed. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine that you are in a large cinema that you have all for yourself. You can see that big screen in front of you. And I wonder if you can feel the chair underneath your legs. Perhaps the shoes there resting against your feet. Maybe you can notice the darkness, and it tends to be dark in a cinema. And there you are, looking at just a blank screen there in front of you. No one else around in this cinema. As you continue to breathe in and breathe out, feel the breath going in through your nose and perhaps out through your nose, enabling you to go deeper and deeper, relaxed. That's right. I want you to use the power of your imagination to see on screen, a movie, almost of highlights, of a relationship that you were in and you're no longer in. I want you to imagine that there you are, still in that seat, looking up at that screen. And I want you to imagine this movie is lots of little clips of all the different elements of your relationship. I want you to get a sense that you're seeing everything like you are now disassociated. You're seeing yourself on that screen. I want you to see good times, but also bad times. See the reality of that situation, that relationship. Maybe a clip of how you met. Good moments, but also maybe arguments. Times you felt disappointed. I want you to get a sense that you're seeing the relationship as it was. And I wonder what it would be like if you were able to make those images of those good times just a bit smaller, and maybe a bit darker. Notice that you still know there were good feelings, but you don't have to feel those good feelings now. You're seeing yourself like you're someone else. And notice that over the length of that relationship, it wasn't always good and it wasn't always bad. Sometimes what can happen is that when you're in the relationship, it all feels like it's amazing. And then when you leave the relationship, suddenly you only focus on everything that wasn't right in that relationship. And that can lead to a sense of loss, grief, or even anger. And I wonder what it would be like to introduce perspective there in that cinema, looking up at that screen, seeing those good times, seeing those bad times, getting a sense that that's just how it was. Sometimes it can feel that in the aftermath of a relationship breaking down that you're in over your head. And maybe the other person is out of their head. And I wonder what it would be like to imagine putting that that movie in the past. And it's difficult to do because at some level, when a relationship ends, there's a particular cycle, a process that sometimes it's useful to go through to really find your way out into normality again. And I wonder what it would be like. What it would be like to come down from your head into your heart, perhaps into your gut, down with me. And perhaps it's not possible to communicate with this person that you're no longer in a relationship with, but I wonder if you could see things now as to how you would want it to be to go through that process rapidly. I want you to now see on screen the moment that you saw the relationship ending, and maybe there were clues before, but at the point where you realized the relationship had ended, see that on screen there from that cinema chair, looking up on screen, and see if you can feel that shock inside you, that surprise. Locate where you feel it. Maybe in your heart, in your head, somewhere else. Allow yourself to see yourself on screen discovering or communicating the end of that relationship, but then feel where you feel it as an observer. And then perhaps see that version of you on screen, on that cinema screen, maybe in a state of denial, not knowing if it's real. Can it be true? What does this mean? What's the ripple effect of that element? As you see yourself perhaps in that confused state, you as the observer allow yourself to feel that denial, that confusion. And then as time went on board, maybe that version of you associated into all the bad things of that relationship. Maybe deceit, lack of thoughtfulness, consideration. And then perhaps see that version of you on screen getting angry. And you watching that, allow yourself to feel that anger and notice where you feel it in your body. And then perhaps days, weeks passed, and then see that version of your screen maybe communicating either with yourself or with someone else. Perhaps negotiating some kind of way forward, either with yourself or with someone else. Where do you go from here? What is now next? What is possible? And as you see yourself trying to figure out what's next, is there a way out? I want you to get a sense that you feel that conflict inside you. And as you feel that conflict, notice that everything feels very real. When you think back to when the relationship was good, didn't everything feel that real? When times are good, you wonder if everything could ever be this real forever. And when good things end, you wonder if anything could ever be this good again. Breathe out so that you can breathe in. But as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of hope and optimism, allowing yourself to know the real person that you've always been, now allowing yourself to get out of your head, back into your heart, with a growing sense that whatever sadness or unhappiness or even depression that you felt was just part of a natural process. When you lose good things and important people, sadness is a natural reaction. It's the important step before moving towards a state of acceptance. Feel the sadness before you allowing yourself to let it go. And allow that sadness, any anger, to leave you now. Promise yourself not to stop until all of that unhappiness, anger, resentment, all of it has left. In the same way that maybe a doctor or a nurse has to clean a wound before it heals, allow yourself to leave these feelings. Because if the wound heals and you start a new relationship, when there is still anger or sadness or denial in that wound, there's a danger that you take those feelings into a future relationship. But allowing them to actually leave you, to get out of your head, out of your heart, enables you to heal that wound and enable you to finally accept that sometimes a door has to close before a new door opens. See yourself on the screen walking through that new door. Not with any anger or sadness, but with hope and optimism and wisdom. Wisdom that you can only have got from the experience that you went through. That you are stronger for this experience than had you not had it. Enabling you to make better choices about how you live your life and who you are with in your future. As you see the version of you walking away on screen through that door, not knowing where that door will lead to, allow yourself to now leave the cinema feeling a state of acceptance within you. State of acceptance. And as you leave the cinema, walk through your own door into your future, ensuring that any weight, baggage, anger, resentment, or sadness is left behind, and that a happy, optimistic, hopeful version of you is the version that walks through that door. And I wonder just how good your future will feel. And at some point in the future, you will look back and realize that in order to feel how good you feel, it was essential that that other relationship had to end in order for you to feel something truly magical that is useful for you to live your life in the way you want to live your life. And then you realize all of this are just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams, and actually you're listening to my voice firmly in the present in your physical body right now. very soon. I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, optimistic, with a deep sense of acceptance. Acceptance that will last for a very long time. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.
Okay, just stopping the podcast recording there. Just going to have a little bit of kind of reflection and analysis for those watching on YouTube. I found that, weirdly, the song lyrics, although I got a really strong sense of feeling from the song itself, the lyrics didn't necessarily translate as well as I'd hoped into the topic of kind of breaking up. There was a few there that I was tempted to kind of put in, and I thought it would be shoehorned a little bit too much. I do think this kind of hypnotic language phrase, "can you feel," was very relevant for the topic of feeling, because a breakup in a relationship really is an emotive feeling. You can think of it logically, but is really the feeling that is the bit that changes choices and sensations and thoughts. I found that quite useful. Hopefully you found that useful. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, hit the bell button. If you have any thoughts, feedback, or suggestions for future episodes, put them in the comments. I'd certainly take a look. And thank you so much for watching today. Take care.